Raise your hand if you have heard the word perfect square. Brandon's heard the term perfect square. Kayla, okay. So if I square an integer, what does it mean to square a number?
You know, like dividing it or something.
What'd you say?
Like dividing it or something.
It is not dividing. Okay.
Tells you how many times to multiply.
Okay, so these cute little 2's are what we call exponents. And when it's a 2, we call it a square. So this says 1 squared, 2 squared, 3 squared, 4 squared. Okay? And when we do that, our answer is what we call a perfect square. Okay, so we're gonna need to know some perfect squares. I'm gonna have you turn to page 3 in your packet. Okay, so we're going to list all of the perfect squares from 1 to 20. Okay, so what does 1 squared mean? 1 squared means 1 times 1, which equals 1. Okay, 2 squared means 2 times 2. What does that equal? 4. Okay. 3 squared means 3 times 3, which is 9. Okay. 1 through 10, you should know these just because you've known your multiplication facts for a few years. Okay. 4 squared, 4 times 4, 16. Okay. I would write this down. 5 squared is 5 times 5. Okay. 6 squared, 6 times 6. Thank you. 7 squared means 7 times 7. 49. 8 squared is 8 times 8. 9 squared means 9 times 9. Okay. And then 10 squared, 10 times 10 is 100. You should know those without having to process through too much because you've known those multiplication facts for a while. Okay? These next ones you're going to have to probably study a little bit until they become familiar. Okay? 11 squared means 11 times 11. Does anybody know it?
121.
Yeah, 121. 12 squared, 12 times 12 is 144. Oh, did you figure out a little pattern there? What? You just knew that? Or did you figure out the pattern? Oh, I like it. Okay. Now, I like 11 squared. It's very symmetric. 1, 2, 1. Okay. 13 squared and 14 squared kind of have a little pattern. If I know one, I know the other. Because 13 squared is 169, while 14 squared is 196. The 10s and 1s digits switch places with 13 squared and 14 squared. Okay. 15 squared. Anybody know that one? It's 225. 16 squared means 16 times 16. 256. Colton, could you not sit like that? I've had now 4 chairs break. All right, 17 squared is 289. I don't know what's happening. 18 squared is 324. 19 squared is 361. And then I'm hoping 20 squared is a little bit easier to remember. We know 2 squared is 4, so 20 squared is 400. Okay, so like I said, I'm hoping that 1 through 10, those perfect squares are a little bit easier to remember, but you're gonna have to probably look at these numbers and study them a little bit until you become familiar with them. Okay, so now let's go back to page 1. Okay, and I want you to write those first 10 perfect squares at the top there. So 1 squared, 2 squared, 3 squared. There's been kind of a lot of noise next door, huh? Okay, so we're focusing on all the square root stuff, or the square stuff, so we can talk about square roots, okay? So the reverse, the opposite, the inverse of squaring a number is called taking the square root. Have you heard that word before? Square root. Okay, so all positive numbers are going to have 2 square roots. Okay, let's think about that. What number squared gives us 16? Okay, so 4, because 4 times 4 is 16. But it says that there's going to be 2 answers. So who else squared is 16? What other number times itself would give us 16? 4, and 2 squared is 4. 8 squared is 64. I want a number times itself to equal 16.
16.
A number times itself. So we know 4 times 4. A number times itself. Look maybe over here. Ah, what's negative 4 times negative 4? Ah, so we can have a positive number and a negative number for our answer. Okay? Can we have a negative? Can I have a number times itself that equals a negative number? Positive times positive, negative times negative is always going to give us a positive answer. So a negative number is never going to have a square root because we can't square a number and get negative. Okay, so I'm never going to ask you for the square root of negative 4. That can't happen. Okay. Yeah. I got my class. Okay. Now, what number would only have one square root? If I'm saying positive numbers have 2 square roots, negative numbers have 0 square roots, who would have just 1 square root? No. What number is neither positive nor negative? 0. Okay. Now, when I say square root, okay, we're going to use this symbol right here. Have you seen this symbol? Okay. That symbol is called a radical sign. So square root, radical, they mean the same thing. Okay. So we're either going to have a positive answer, or if we have the negative out front, it's going to tell us our negative answer. Okay. Okay, I'm going to have you wait like 1 minute so you can hear what I have to say next. Okay. Again, going to be annoying. We're going to go back to page 3. Okay. The square root is asking us, hey, what squared is this number? So, if I ask you for the square root of 4, I'm asking you for, hey, what is 4 squared? Or, excuse me, what squared equals 4? Okay, 2 squared equals 4. So the square root of 4 is 2. Okay. When I ask you for the square root of 9, I'm asking you, hey, what squared equals 9? Well, who squared equals 9? 3. So the square root of 9 is 3. Okay. What number squared equals 16?
4.
So since 4 squared is 16, the square root of 16 is 4. Since 5 squared is 25, the square root of 25 is 5. Since 6 squared is 36, the square root of 36 is 6. I'm going to be annoying. I know. It's for your benefit. Not yet. We'll fill this out.
Oh, okay.
7 squared is 49, so the square root of 49 is 7. Have you figured out the pattern of my little chart? Okay, fine. I'm making you tired? It's my fault you're tired? Okay. I'll be more exciting? Okay.
Oh, heck no.
You guys actually are lucky. This is the first time all day that my mouth is not numb. I was at the dentist this morning, and I could only like talk with half of my mouth this morning. It was real bad. What?
Did you still talk normal?
Normal? No. Did I talk? Yes.
You don't sound any different.
Well, right now I'm good. I sounded pretty ridiculous in advisory, didn't I?
They put the needle in my
I'm normal right now.
And I'm like this.
No, I'm asking if it was like that earlier.
Oh, no, it just like kind of, my mouth is just all nervy. All right, let's go back to page 3. Okay? So, you're right, Story. See, you're awake. Keeping you on your toes. Okay, so on page 1, these are the kind of questions I need you to be able to answer. And the more you can do without having to look at page 3, the better. So if I ask you for the square root of 49, I'm asking you, who squared is 49? Try not to look at the chart. Okay, our answer would be 7, okay? Since 7 squared is 49, then the square root of 49 is 7. Okay? Okay? Yeah. Hey, we'll get there, It's okay. Well, I'm not there yet. Ah. And it's not time for homework. I haven't taught the whole lesson yet. Okay. Now, what about the square root of 9?
3.
Since 3 squared is 9, the square root of 9 is 3. Okay, are we kind of in that groove?
Yeah.
Well, it's
You don't like it?
multiplication and division.
Uh,
you do that again?
Something like that.
no. Now, in number 3, do you see how there's a negative on the outside?
Yes.
Okay, so what's the square root of 4?
2.
2. And so we're just going to keep the negative, and then the square root of 4 is 2.
Oh, okay.
That's not bad. Okay, how about you try 4 and 5 and see if you can figure it out without turning to page 3. But if you have to, I won't judge.
We're not doing 6 at all.
Nope. That's not a number in our chart.
Oh, 17? And then I'm pretty sure this one was 22. No.
All right. Carly, what'd you write down for number 4? Do you agree with negative 17?
Yes.
Okay, negative because of the negative sign. And then 17 squared is 289. Okay. Isaac, what about number 5? Negative what? Negative 14. Okay. Now, I've already heard some panic. Oh my gosh, there's a line. There's a fraction bar line. It's okay. Because this is what we're going to do. Are you ready? I'm going to give you the best strategy. Make your fraction bar line, but let's go ahead and make separate square roots. Can you do that for me? Now, we can work on numerator and denominator separately. What's the square root of 1?
1.
What's the square root of 16? 4. So our answer is 1/4. Isn't it? It's not bad. All right, let's see. Devaney asked, the next one is at negative 9/5. So I like that she has the negative sign. Let's break up the square root of 81 separate from the square root of 25. Is the square root of 81 9?
Yes.
Is the square root of 25 5? Then yes, Devaney, you are right. Okay. No. How about you write down what you think the answer is for number 9? Colton. Marshall, do you have an idea for number 9? Yes, you do. I like your answer. Okay, Marshall didn't like his answer, but I like it. Marshall has 7/12. Is Marshall correct? Yeah, Marshall's correct. The square root of 49 is 7. The square root of 144 is 12. Okay, what I'd like you to do, circle any number that is a perfect square. I'm going to give you 1 minute. Circle any number that is a perfect square. So numbers that we wrote down in our chart.
I know. I still have it.
Circle perfect squares. Oh, well, we have like a chart full of them. Yeah. once you get some notes written down. All right. Colton, give me one of the numbers you circled.
Me too, bro. Oh, I'm just kidding. No, it is.
Is 50 in our chart?
1.
Oh, 32.
9.
No.
Okay, Sophia's giving me 9.
1.
Colton's giving me 1.
121.
Okay, let me call on you. 121. Okay,
160.
said let me call on you.
324.
324, 64. No to 32. No to 50. No to 160. No to 200. What do you disagree with, my dear? I know. What? 100 and 400 are on our perfect square list, but not 200. Okay. Will you please grab in the middle of the table, it looks like this, and grab a whiteboard marker. My